Hello. First of all, thank you, Yuri and Shay, for this opportunity to be here. This is not going to be a technical talk, but as you've seen a bit the journey that Elastic has gone through their product evolution, I also wanted to kind of give you a heads up on where we are in our maturity of maximizing the value from the Elastic Stack, and typically a bit more towards like what is important for a company is to have really happy customers in the end. Yeah. So I'm gonna take you through a set of ideas that we have evolved over the years that we're working with Elastic Stack. So first of all, I'm grateful that I've worked in a support department very early in my career. It's really hard and stressful if you feel first line, if you are actually bringing success and value to your customer. And that has definitely defined me in my quest to deliver really good solutions and tools to empower employees to improve overall customer satisfaction. Yeah. So today I'm going to share about a story that was actually initially an initiative to help support the support organization, resulting into a tooling transformation, a tooling rationalization program, into ending up providing observability for build, run, and serve departments, yeah, and how that impacted our customer experience. So, welcome everyone. It's a big crowd. Elastic has grown a lot, and I see this event as well. So I'm Stefan de Moerloos. I'm currently heading the observability analytics service at Swift. With around 40 data engineers, we are organized in several business domains where we are providing analytical use cases really together with our stakeholders, which is underpinned by one infrastructure platform squad that is managing our Kafka and Elastic Stack. But this setup is really important to maximize the value and the impact towards the different departments using the data that we have. We are part of what we call our foundational tribes, which is within our technology platform department, reporting to our CTO. So, quick word about Swift. Swift is the world leading provider of secure financial messaging services, and we enable a global community in a standardized financial messaging network. Yeah. We are here almost 50 years. Next year will be our 50th anniversary, and we really were successful in remaining relevant at the heart of the financial industry by introducing really new services that matter for our customers. And you see the acceleration of the pace over the last 2 decades, where we had to onboard many more applications or solutions for our community, like sanction screening, fraud control, compliance analytics, KYC, and so on. And we are continuing to build a future for our global financial community with instant, frictionless, simple, and secure payment network. A quick view on our numbers. We connect about 4 billion accounts, over 11,000 institutions in a territory of more than 200 countries. We provide a 5-9 service with 3 state-of-the-art data centers, and yeah, we have about 45 million FIN messages every day. These are high value payments, and the total world GDP is moving over Swift network in less than two days, to give you an order of magnitude. So where does our story start? In the early days of Swift, we implemented a homegrown, true state-of-the-art monitoring and event management. But when the pace of activating those new services only accelerated, we ended up adding new monitoring stacks just on the side. Yeah? And scaling became really a challenge. Yeah? Operations people had to deal with an increasing burst of events, and a high degree of false positives. And support people need to do really a high degree of manual correlation to get really information around situational awareness, customer impact, root cause analysis, and so on. So additionally, it did not help that our different departments also have different objectives. Yeah? And it seemed that only one department that was accountable for customer experience was support. Yeah? So developers were focused on features, and operations are focused to keep the lights on. So basically, they were all working towards different measures and KPIs, which was really instating and strengthening the silos. Yeah? Each using their own tool set, and the closer you get to the customer, the more tools you needed to have in order to bring that good customer experience. Yeah? So changing how organizations work with customer experience in mind is crucial to succeed. Yeah? Over the last couple of years, many companies have embraced agile ways of working to come closer to their customers, and many organizations are in that transition right now, and I think it's key to become successful. Data. Access to data and data insight is often seen as the magic bullet to solve all of these issues, but a transformation does not happen with new tools alone or with just a lot of data. Changing people mindset really accounts for 80% of that challenge, and 20% is actually a tooling problem, and you have to be lucky to find the right tool, of course. Yeah? Additionally, it is not just about collecting and hoarding data. That does not help either, because if you're not careful, you might even make it worse. So, what is our solution? And I think that's a key message for today in order to maximize your value and your investment in data. And as Swift was already at the base for many standards in the financial messaging industry, our approach was a bit identical. So we started standardizing our product instrumentation with specific outcomes in mind. We already heard about, in the previous talk, about the high value of unstructured data and how to get value out of it. Well, I think you have a unique opportunity within your company, specifically for the products that you develop, to really do product instrumentation with specific outcomes in mind. And we have been succeeding in working with our 80+ product and development teams next to building really product features, also include what we call non-functional requirements. Yeah? Those non-functional requirements, they specifically focus on operability, supportability, and business requirements, and they all strive towards creating a frictionless experience. Here, I must say, the early adoption of ElasticON schema was really key to that success. Yeah? With ElasticON schema, we developed an extendable meta model and labeling our data to achieve a very high quality. We also introduced correlation IDs where possible to track transactions and journeys across services. And we coached our product teams towards really shift left and end-to-end readiness. Yeah? Exposing that early on in their development cycle meant they were always getting better at their instrumentation because they really also saw the advantage of it. So when customer experience is an afterthought and you're holding on to those segregated responsibilities and silos, you end up spending most of your effort in reactive break-fix activities. Yeah? And you push the burden onto your operations and support organization. It's very similar to the testing pyramid, where if you really don't invest enough in automated testing, you really end up doing a lot of effort on your manual testing. That's actually the same over here. When you don't think about product instrumentation from the start, you just have to incur a lot of effort in order to support your applications. Yeah? So transformation is not only possible will only be possible when transitioning to a sort of a one-team effort and start from product conception and design upward, yeah? And keep the customer in mind. So it's the same pyramid paradigm change that you have to have here. And this will allow you to create your data in a much more usable, understandable, and coherent way for the entire organization. And this paradigm shift does not only structurally address achieving greater customer experience, it also makes these efforts much more scalable, even when you are extending your service portfolio and your products. Yeah? So instead of just building features, you're extending that to really standardizing on an instrumentation framework, adding usability, supportability, and business requirements will make sure that your run team will be able to spend much more time on predictive and preventive activities and allow you, your customer department to really work on the extra mile instead of the firefighting that they do today. But this really needs a company-wide buy-in. Yeah? You can only do so when you demonstrate some benefits early on in order to get really executive buy-in to get this agreement to roll this out company-wide. We did it with 80 plus teams, and I can tell you we only have like reached 80% of those teams out there, still 20% to go, and I think we're in a journey of 2-3 years now. Yeah, so you also, to succeed, you need it needs to be a win-win. You're asking something from the development team, and you want extras from them, which also means they will want something in return. So developers need to experience from the beginning that it will help them to make their products better, and it will help them actually to release their applications faster. So now, we had a bit of an overview of Elastic in the past, Elastic in the future. We also have Swift in the past, Swift in the future. For Swift is also preparing our future. Yeah? There's a lot of things happening in the financial industry, and Swift doesn't want to lose its community in providing those instant frictionless payments network. Yeah? So Swift is also building a new Swift platform at this point in time. Yeah? And when we started our journey about 7 years ago, I think, with Elastic, yeah? And it took us a couple of implementations to fully discover the potential of our data and of the Elastic Common Schema. But we really started early on with setting up a company-wide program of evangelizing and guiding the product teams with sponsoring from our customer experience executives. Yeah? This took a lot of time and patience, but while Swift was preparing for the launch of this new ambitious Swift platform, fortunately for us, we started earlier on. Yeah? So I can happily say that foundational work will soon be really key to achieving success. Yeah? That Swift platform will offer a fully integrated platform to orchestrate all financial activities together via workflow, and existing and new services will be able to plug into the platform, into making this instant and frictionless and simple for banks to use Swift. So Elastic and Elastic Common Schema will now help us to have fine-grained information of the different stages, the different applications of where the transactions went through those different flows and services. Yeah? All of that, that information will actually be standardized using our instrumentation framework and will be loaded and correlated into our Elastic environment, where our product teams, operations teams, and support engineers will actually all together collaboratively drive for better products and greater service experience. So the power of being able to correlate all of that data, that will be key to also make a successful launch of our new Swift platform. So there's an African saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. But we wanted to go far, yeah? Which means you really need to go together. Yeah? So, quick takeaway, what really started as a sort of a tooling rationalization program in the beginning seems to now bridge the silos and bring joint forces towards customer experience. Yeah? We could have gone faster in many ways, but we've always focused on data quality and have not gone for data quantity. Yeah? Because along the way, even if you're successful, you're always reminded on your cost and return on invest. Yeah? It really takes time to go together. So as I said, our journey is like 3-4 years of advocating this way of working within Swift. And like I say, 80% is done. And we're not there yet. And it takes a lot of people to get behind the idea. What are we foreseeing next is much more shift left, really bring our development teams really closer to instrumentation and observability in development, integration, and qualification environments. And on the other side, also a shift right. We would like to expose more of our data to our customers in a self-service way. So thank you for your attention here. Please remind us, if you want to go far, go together. Thank you.